तो वो एक एक सेकेंड और। हेलो।
अच्छा आप लाइव
So hello, good afternoon students. My name is Pankaj.
सर एक मिनट सर एक
अच्छा, एक क्वेरी और था।
सर एक हाँ सर सही आ रहा है
इसमें जूम लॉगआउट कैसे होगा फिर?
जूम आप एंड कर दो ना अभी कर दो
डन ना, मतलब हो गया पूरा।
हाँ सर
So good afternoon students. My name is Pankaj and I take care of this quant and reasoning section. I'll be starting my session in next 10 to 15 minutes time. So please join as soon as possible so that we can start the session. Good afternoon students. So I hope you are joining and I'll be starting my session in next 10 minutes time. So please join ASAP.
It's 1 o'clock.
Good afternoon, students. I hope you are doing good and all set for today's session. So, I'll be waiting for more students to come. So, I hope you are taking good care of yourself in this COVID period. And as the cases of Delhi are increasing day by day, it is very important to take care of your health and everything. And apart from that, you can like do the courses and you can complete your degree and everything, whatever important tasks are lined up for this year. So one need to take all one need to take care of all those things, health plus whatever the assignments are there if college has been starting and everything. So this is the important thing. So I'm waiting for more students to come. So 5 minutes time I'll be starting. Good afternoon, students. I hope you are joining, and we'll be starting our today's session in next 5 minutes time. And this is regarding the quantitative session, which is important basically in most of the entrance examination. It can be a management entrance examination, it can be PO examination, it can be helpful for even for campus placement also. So in most of the entrance examination, they focus on three areas. One is quantitative skills, which are like basic mathematics. One is verbal skills, which are like the question based on English and grammar. And one is logical reasoning and data interpretation. If I talk about in any of the entrance examination nowadays, whether a bank entrance examinations are there, whether a college entrance, MBA entrance examinations are there for placement things, they normally focus on these three sections because the exam is mainly open for all the areas. The exam, basically management entrance examination is open for all the streams. One is for BA, one is BCom, one is BSc. So they will normally give these three areas so that one can find there is no biasness in these examination. So quantitative skills is one of the section. इस पे हम आज I'll discuss about how that is different from mathematics and what sort of techniques and what sort of things are important that will help for a student to improvise for this year CAT, which will be after 5 months, or if you're planning for next year CAT, that will be like after 17, 18 months. Normally, CAT exam conducts every year in the month of November only. So by last November month, the exam is normally conducted. Let us see how this year folds in the next 5-6 months time. I hope if everything will get settled down, the chances are very high the examination will be in the month of November only. So let's wait and watch how the notification will come out. One can expect the CAT notification in the month of July and or August first week. One can expect a notification, and when that is out, they normally declare the date. So normally, since last so many years, last 8 to 10 years, so examination is happening in the month of November only. So let us wait and watch and see. So for this year CAT, roughly 5 months time is remaining if you're planning for CAT exam, and for next year CAT, a good 17-18 months time is remaining. But whatever quant skills I'll be discussing today, that is not only relevant for MBA entrance examination, that is relevant for any other entrance examination also. If a BTech student is going for placement आपका companies, and they normally ask on puzzle side, they normally ask on logical reasoning question or puzzles kind of a thing. So for aptitude part, one need to understand, one need to build up an aptitude here. So aptitude building is very, very important if you are a graduate, or if you are going to be a graduate next year, suppose. And normally a good time is required for building the aptitude. And aptitude consists of the 3-4 sections only: quantitative part, the verbal ability part, and logical reasoning part. So this is the overall thing in aptitude thing. So I'll be waiting for, I think, some 2-3 minutes more so that we can start the session. So, good afternoon once again. So, I'll reintroduce myself. I was waiting for the students only. So, my name is Pankaj, and I take care of the Quant and LRDI thing in T.I.M.E Institute. And for next 1 hour, I'll discuss about what things are required for improvising the quantitative skills for the CAT exam or for actually any aptitude examination. I was just discussing कि after graduation, after a BTech or after BCom or after any graduation, normally one student has to go for the different entrance examination, different aptitude examination. It can be PO examination, it can be management entrance examination, it can be placement offered by the companies. And normally for these companies or these examination, one need to build a good aptitude. Aptitude normally consists of 3-4 sections. One is quantitative skills, which is basic mathematics. One is logical reasoning and data interpretation. The question based on line graph, pie chart, the question based on reasoning based question where puzzles are involved, and the question based on verbal ability. In CAT, actually, these three sections are coming since last so many years. So they grill on, actually word is grill only. So normally they grill on the verbal ability part, and they grill on the logical reasoning and data interpretation part and quantitative part. So one need to be good in all the three areas, and if one is good in all the three areas, the chances are very very high. And for any placement companies also, they normally ask puzzles and they normally ask on logical side questions. So similar thing is covered in the aptitude preparation. And for any IBPS examination, the PO governing body, they also conduct the aptitude examination and they normally check on these three areas. One more skill which is important is the GK or general awareness skills, which is also there in some of the entrance examination. This is what I am talking about is stage 1. And once you are through with stage 1, the stage 2 requirement is to clear the group discussion or personal interview or any kind of essay writing thing. This is what is there in the group 2, आपका stage 2 part. So in next 1 hour, I'll be discussing the quantitative skills part. I'm giving CAT since last 7 to 8 years time period, and I'm normally getting this 99 plus percentile because I'm teaching quant and LRDA thing in T.I.M.E Institute. So that is how I have to be good in this section. So I think I'm eligible for the session, and I'll be giving some basic guidance about how that is different from a basic mathematics which a student normally study in 11th, 12th, or even in the BTech first year or second year. Normally, the examination is open for all type of students. So exam is open for BA student also and BCom student also and BTech student also. They will not bias a paper. So, and I think for any mathematics or any quantitative part which is required for a manager, if manager has to manage a bank or if manager has to manage a company, the elementary things are important, which are like ratio is important, percentage is important, averages are important, numbers are important. Normally they test on the syllabus is of 7th and 8th level only, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th level only, but the application can be little difficult or application can be little आपका high. So the idea is very simple. They will not ask on integration thing or differentiation thing or vector algebra thing because those topics has not been covered by a regular non-math student because they have studied maths till 10th class only. So they will normally ask the things which are based on 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th only. So topics are easy, but application can be a bit difficult thing. This is important. So I'll be starting my first point with कि topics are all easy, but questions are not very easy. It is possible for me to make a difficult question on percentage also. It is possible for me to make a difficult question on ratio also. So the idea is very simple. Topics you must have done in the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th standard only. But then on those upper topics, one need to do a good quality questions only. A topic like percentage, I think everybody is aware about what percentage is. This is out of 100 only. I got 70% marks, you are getting 98% marks, 97% marks. This is basically a comparison is thing is there. But on percentage, some questions can be asked. As simple as that. So as I told you, the examiner will not bias the paper, at least in the PU examination or at least in the management entrance examination or CDS level. So they will give us something of equal chance to all type of students. That is how the quant is different from mathematics part. So the hardcore mathematics which normally a student do in 11th or 12th, that part is not coming at least in the aptitude examination. So topics are all very very easy, but questions are not that easy. That is one thing one need to consider. Next point is, as I told you, the good application of the basic knowledge will be tested. A topic like ratio, and one need to do a decent question in the examination, or one need to practice a decent question while practicing those questions. So application can be difficult. I think in today's session also I'll be discussing some 3-4 examples also, and I'll discuss how to approach those questions without going for a lengthy procedure and lengthy methods. It is possible to solve just with the help of basic knowledge only. And as I not taught you anything before this session, I'll not ask something जहाँ पे knowledge is required, जहाँ पे special basically formula आपका algorithms are required. That is how the mathematics section normally is. In integration, you cannot start the question until you do not know the formula for integration. Same with derivatives and same with vector algebra. So those things are not there in CAT exam. And some topics are there, some theory is there, no doubt. Without theory, we cannot start anything. So theories are there, but the idea is, I think in today's session, I'll be discussing those 5-6 examples where the theory is not important or theory is not required, and just by common basic understanding, we can approach those questions, because that only you can differentiate ki how quant is different from mathematics part. So as I told you, topics are all very easy. So this is the topics which one can expect in aptitude examination. Topic like percentages, topic like simple interest, compound interest, topic like time and work, ratio proportion, numbers, geometry, algebra, and some more topics are there. A total list is around 20-25 topics are there. But the topics का जो आपने पढ़ा होगा, जो आपने देखा होगा, those topics has been covered by you in 7th class or 8th class only. SICI nowadays students study in 5th or 6th class only, or maximum to 7th or 8th class only. Same thing with percentage and ratio proportion only. So topics are all very very easy, but one need to understand कि how those topics का theory will help me to solve in a difficult or in a actual आपका practical problem. As simple as that. So let me give you a few examples here so that we can start with कि how this is different and how with the elementary knowledge only one can attempt these simple questions. So this is, I'm starting with the first example. I'll be giving you I think 2.5 minutes time. Just go through this question and please try to solve this question. I'll read the question अगर reading में doubt अगर पढ़ने में doubt हो रहा है तो there are 100 employees in a room. 99% are managers. So how many managers must leave the room to bring down the percentage of managers to 98%? Total there are 100 employees are there. 99% are managers. So how many managers must leave the room to bring down the percentage of managers to 98%? 1, 2, 50 and 49. So it's a very elementary percentage question, and I think everybody who is graduate or who will become graduate in next आपका year, they will be having at least a basic knowledge of percentage. So let us understand, and I'll be discussing not the theoretical or any long method. I'll be going with a simple approach for solving this question. So just take 1 or 2 minutes time to try this question. So 100 employees are there, 99% are managers. So now the percentage of managers to be 98%. One very very common answer is 1. And if it is a very very common answer, it is a wrong answer actually. So we can't say if there are 100 employees are there and 99 managers are there, if one manager will leave, the percentage become 98%. Because then there are 98 managers are there out of 99 managers. Initially 99 managers were there. If one manager will leave, now we need to calculate the managers from remaining employees or remaining employees in the room. So one very very common answer which I have got in my classes is like 1 only. Here I think it is difficult for me to fetch those or get those answers from the class, but still let us do and let us understand the question, and please try this question. Now, this is the type of question where when everybody will try this question actually, whether a BA student or a BCom student or a BTech student, they have like they will try at least attempt this question. But getting the correct answer is not everybody's cup of tea. So one need to at least apply a correct equation, or one need to at least apply the correct sort of options to get the answer. So if I give a question which is based on derivatives, or if a question is there which require a difficult formula, I think nobody will try to attempt this thing. So aptitude is kind of this thing only, the theory or the logics of percentages, then ratio proportion, SICI, and all those things. So I'll be putting only those questions which are easy to answerable, which are simple to answerable. So as I told you, I think start karte hain. There are 100 employees in a room. 99% are managers. So how many managers must leave the room to bring down the percentage of managers to 98%? One very, very common answer is one only. How come the one is the answer? Because if 100 employees are there, what normally a student do, although ये wrong है, 99 managers are there, and if one manager will leave the room or one manager will आपका leave the room, in that case remaining managers will be 98 managers. They calculate 98 out of 100, but the base of 98 will be out of 99 only. Because अब 99 managers बचे थे, if one manager will leave, so 98 managers will be there remaining out of 99 employees. So basically, this is the wrong answer because 98 upon 99 will not convert into 98%. So one is a very common wrong answer. Now this thing can be tackled through options as well. If one has good idea about the options, and I've given you 4 options, आप इसको through options भी try कर सकते हैं. Let us say if 2 is the answer, if I assume 2 is the answer, 100 employees, 99 managers, if 2 of them will leave, remaining managers will become 97. Okay, 99 managers already थे. If 2 of them will leave, so remaining managers will become 97. 97 out of the total base of 98, because 100 employees थे. If 2 of them will leave, so 97 out of 98 into 100, which actually is not exactly equal to 98%. हो सकता है approximately 98% के बराबर हो, but here it is mentioned at exact 98%. You will not choose that also as an answer. If I try C as an option, 100 employees are there, total 99 managers are there. If 50 of them will leave the company or will leave the room, the remaining managers become 49. 99 में से 50 चले गए, 99 minus 50 become 49. 100 minus 50 basically become 50. So total managers will be how many? 49 managers are there. Out of 50, so 49 by 50 into 100 is actually exact 98%. So 49 by 50 into 100 is precise 98%. This is one of the way, if options are given, one can try this question with the help of options also. So if 100 employees are there, 99 managers are there, if 50 of them will leave the company or will leave the room, remaining managers become 49. Okay, and the base become 50 because 50 चले गए हैं. 49 out of 50 into 100 is actually 98%. So C is the correct answer. If you are able to get the answer by any method is good, but I think the focus will be on an easy method also. So one of the way to solve this question is through options. Alternatively, you can just write one line and you'll get the answer. And how that is possible? If there are 100 employees are there, 99% are managers. So if 99% managers are there, 1% I'm assuming is suppose the head of the company or the head of the particular आपका area. जो भी अगर इस कंपनी की बात हो रही है तो जो भी कंपनी का CEO होगा, जो डायरेक्टर होगा, वो 1% उसके बराबर है. So 100 employees were there in a room, 99 were managers. That means there is one director of that company who's also attending some conference or was attending something. तो अगर one director वहाँ पे था, now managers have left the room. They have left the room, and now this bring down the percentage of managers to 98% only. That means 2% of remaining is actually equal to one director because director तो कहीं गया नहीं है. So what I am saying, 100 employees were there, 99% are managers. This is basically what I am saying. 1% of 100 is equal to 2% of remaining. Earlier, the percentage of director was only 1%. And now the percentage of director is 2%. So 1% of 100 and 2% of remaining employees will be the director only because there is only one director in the company. So 1% of 100 is equal to 2% of remaining. With that calculation, with simple calculation, remaining become 50. That means 50 employees are remaining. If 50 are remaining, 50 have left the room. If 50 have left the room, the question was asking for how many managers have left the room. The answer is 50 only. And apart from manager and director, the third possibility is not there because only 1% were the employees which are remaining employees. As per the question, 99% were managers, so 1% is one employee who was a director. Earlier the person was 1 and now the percentage become 2 because some of them have left the company or some of them have left the room. So 1% of 100 is equal to 2% of remaining. With that thing, remaining become 50 only. So this is a very simple kind of a thing. Just by understanding the question, I think one can attempt this question. So this is a quantitative question, I can say. यहाँ पे there is no difficult property or difficult theory is required to answer this question. So let me give one similar example. I hope all of you will be able to solve this thing, a similar kind of example. This is example number 2. एंड पढ़ लीजिए एंड आई बी वेटिंग, आई बी गिविंग यू 2 minutes टाइम, पर आप इसको देख लीजिए. So the question says fresh grapes contain 90% water by weight, while dry grapes contain 20% water by weight. What is the weight of the dry grapes available from 20 kg of fresh grapes? So initially 20 kg of fresh grapes were there. In those fresh grapes, 90% was the water content. And in the dry grapes, and from those fresh grapes only, by उन्हीं को लेकर हमने dry grapes form करे हैं. And in these dry grapes contain 20% water. So what is the weight of the dry grapes? Options are 2 kg, 2.5 kg, 2.4 kg, and none of these. From my side, the logic is similar. I'll say I have used similar kind of a thing or similar kind of a logic. Only the background is different. Earlier, 100 employees and 99% managers were there, and now it is consisting of those fresh grapes and this thing. So approach will be similar. Even the step which I'll be using for this question will be similar. But one need to understand that after learning a logic, one need to practice on that logic. As simple as that. So I hope if you are able to get the answer, let me give you the explanation so that we can move further. So from this 20 kg of fresh grapes, let us understand the question first of all. 20 kg of fresh grapes were there. From those fresh grapes only, we have made dry grapes. उन्हीं को dry करके, उन्हीं को soak करके हमने dry grapes बनाए हैं. Definitely total weight will reduce. From 20, it become around 2, 2.5 or 2.4 as per the options here. So fresh grapes का weight तो कम होगा, for sure. Why the weight will reduce? Because the water content will soak. From the fresh grapes, initial water content was 90%. So 20 kg ka 90% was the 18 kg was the water content, and in dry grapes only 20% water content is there because the water part will completely soaked. So total weight will reduce, no doubt. The water content will reduce, no doubt, because water तो कम हो जाएगा because fresh grapes में ज़्यादा water होता है and dry grapes में कम water होता है. But one thing is sure, the pulp part or solid part will remain same. वो waste नहीं होगा. So solid part is basically 10% in the fresh grapes. Fresh grapes contain 90% water by weight. That means 10% will be what? Will be the pulp part or solid part. वो तो 2 kg रहेगा, तो 20 kg का 10% is basically pulp or solid part. And dry grapes में 20% water is there. That means pulp part will be 80%. If pulp part is 80% and that will remain same, उसको waste नहीं होगा, वो कहीं जाएगा नहीं. So water part will soak, no doubt, and the total weight will also reduce, no doubt. But in that case, the आपका pulp part will be same. So simple equation will be 10% of 20 is equal to 80% of dry. What I'm equating here, 90% is the weight, is a water weight. If 90% is a water weight, this is the number, 90% is a water weight. If 90% is a water weight, 10% part will be the आपका solid part or fruit part, जो pulp वाला part होगा, solid part होगा. And now, if 20% is a water in dry grapes, अब dry grapes का weight कितना है वो तो हमें calculate करना है. If 20% is the water content, 80% will be the आपका fruit part. And if you equate this thing just by solving, you'll find the answer for dry grapes will be simple 2.5 kg. Like in last example, I have made director same. The director in scenario 1 and director in direct scenario 2 was same. It's on the similar lines only. I think manageable question if you understood the previous example. So for this question, dry grapes will be 2.5 kg. So this is it. Let's move further and let us try question number 3. And this is actual CAT 2008 question. So seems to be a good series and good आपका algebraic question कि one need to find nth term kind of a thing, but please understand the question and please try this question. So square root of 1 plus 1 upon 1 square plus 1 upon 2 square plus square root of 1 plus 1 upon 2 square plus 1 upon 3 square and so on and so forth till 1 plus 1 upon 2007 square plus 2008 square. The actual CAT 2008 question, and some variants has been appeared in CAT 12 and CAT 14 also. Similar kind of variant was appeared. So the like typical I can say CAT question. So normally, if I talk about the theoretical method, I'll not discuss that method. That's a very lengthy method, and we have to take a nth term here. The typical algebra method or series method, Tn is equals to 1 upon n square plus 1 upon n plus 1 ka whole square. And some BTech students will enjoy in solving those equations. They normally have a good habit, or they normally are like good in solving those typical n-based Tn term or nth term, and they normally put sigma sign kind of a thing. But that is a very lengthy procedure. I'll be talking about from the CAT point of view how we can solve this question. Options are also given for this question. So 2008 minus 1 by 2008, 2007 minus 1 by 2007, and so on and so forth. There are 5 options are given. So it is possible to do with some iteration method. It is possible to try this question with the iteration method. Means I can solve for first term, or I can solve for first 2 terms just for finding some pattern here. That pattern will help me to answer these type of questions, and I have solved most of these questions. I think at least 30 to 40% questions can be solved with this pattern logic also. नेक्स्ट एग्जाम्पल जो होगा वो पैटर्न पर ही होगा, बहुत सिंपल एग्जाम्पल होगा, बट दिस इज द एक्चुअल थिंग जो कैट में आ चुकी है. सो अपार्ट फ्रॉम अ टिपिकल एल्जेब्रिक मेथड एनएच टर्म वाला मेथड, लेट मी गिव यू द इजी वे, बिकॉज वो अगर पता होगा तो यू कैन गेट द आंसर इन अ क्विक टाइम. So what I'll be doing, I'll be only calculating the first term here. I'll be only finding the first term here. 1 plus 1 upon 1 square plus 1 upon 2 square. And that will be equal to 1 plus 1 plus 1 upon 4. Okay, I'm not solving on, I'm not writing in terms of nth part here. I'm only writing in terms of आपका first term की numerical value क्या होगी. And if I solve, I'll be getting 1 plus 1 plus 1 by 4. That will be equal to square root of 9 by 4. Square root of 9 by 4 become 3 by 2. इसकी बात बाद में करते हैं, ये कैसे आएगा, वाई आई एम राइटिंग इन दिस वे. बट आई थिंक 3/2 इज एटलीस्ट वेरी सिंपल. तो 3/2 फाइंड करना तो बहुत ईजी होता है. दैट इज 1 plus 1 plus 1 by 4 इवेंचुअली बिकम 9 by 4 का स्क्वायर रूट. द वैल्यू बिकम 3/2 ओनली. सो दिस आई विल बी डिस्कसिंग ऑन अ लेटर पार्ट. इसको आई विल पुट अ सर्किल थिंग कि ये मैं बाद में बताऊंगा कि इसमें क्या है. So this I'll be discussing on a later side. But let me solve the next term if I try for 2 terms. If I try for 2 terms, so square root of 1 plus 1 upon 1 square plus square root of 1 plus 1 upon 2 square plus a one more term. So what I am finding here, S1, first term का sum कितना आएगा, and I am finding the second term. And if I am finding second term, I will be getting this 3/2 thing, which is obviously from the first term, and second term will be 1 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 9. If I solve, I will be getting 3/2 plus 7 by 6. And if I solve, I will be getting 6 as an LCM. The value become 8/3 only. So this is something I can say, this is the pending thing for these two आपका things. So ये मेरा pending part है, ये वाला part pending है और ये वाला part pending है. This is point number 1. See, if you go by nth method, no doubt one can take I think roughly like 7 to 8 or 10 steps to solve this question. No doubt उससे answer आ जाएगा. But then I'm just finding some pattern here. I have seen my options earlier, and as per my options, option says the options are 2008 minus 1 by 2008, 2007 minus 1 by 2007, 2007 minus 1 by 2008, and so on and so forth. So I have to carefully see my options here. So if I see my options, and now if I see my terms here, my terms are 3/2 and 8/3. And if you're not very sure, you can write one more term. You can calculate for 3 terms. That eventually it become very clear कि ये term किस में break होगी. Now 8/3 को, no doubt we can write it as 9 minus 1. 8 को we can write it as 9 minus 1. 9 minus 1/3. Now the value becomes 3 minus 1/3. 8/3 is actually 3 minus 1/3 only, because I have to write something in terms of n only. My question was given in 2008 form. In 2008 form, and the options are given near to 2008 only. 2008, 2009, 2007. So I have to see if my term is ending with 8. I have to write, I'm getting my answers in terms of आपका 2008 form only. Here also, if I see if 8/3 is given, I'll try to convert either in the form of 3 minus 1/3 or 2 plus 2/3. But 2 plus 2/3, so I'll not be getting those kind of a result. So it's better for me to write in this form 3 minus 1/3. And once that is clear, I think the previous term we can write it as 2 minus 1/2 also. So idea behind the question is to find some pattern. What is the pattern for these numbers? If I take one term, I'll be getting 2 minus 1/2. If I take 2 terms, I'll be getting 3 minus 1/3. Or if this number is ending with 2, it is 2 minus 1/2. If this number is ending with 3, this will be 3 minus 1/3. So that is the case. And finally, if it is ending till 2007, The term was ending till 2008. If it is 2008 only, I'll be getting my answer as 2. For 2 पे answer कितना आया था? The answer for 2 was 2 minus 1 by 2. For answer was 3 minus 1 by 3. So in that case, the first answer is 2 minus 1 by 2, second answer is 3 minus 1 by 3. So if it is till 2008, the number will be 2008 minus 1 by 2008. So this is the iteration method. Even if I know the proper method, I'll suggest this way only because I think I'm getting my answer within 2 or 3 steps. And that is a very convenient way. आप इसका proper way search करना. It's a very common CAT question, CAT 2008 question. And if you solve by typical nth term wala formula or all those things, at least you'll be like using half a page or you'll be using 8 to 10 lines to get the answer. So CAT tests on these things also. Options are normally given and one can solve through options as well. So I think nobody is checking your proper theoretical way. See, normally in this CAT examination, step marking is not there. If step marking is not there, answer is more important. And if I'm able to get my answer within 1 minute and somebody by doing a proper logic will get the same answer, I think I have enough time to attempt the other questions. So that is how I can save my time by learning these new kind of a things. But this was a good question. This was a difficult kind of a thing. And first timer के लिए शायद difficult हो सकता है. To reiterate my logic, what I was telling you, I think let me give you one more example. What I was telling you, how we can do the iteration method and how to get the correct answer. Let me put one more example and then one more good question. So some easy type of questions are sum of first 50 odd numbers and sum of first 50 even numbers. Now those, just please, I think please try कीजिए. Just take 2 minutes time and please try this thing. Now those who are like from mathematics background, if they have done arithmetic series and they have done geometric series kind of a thing, they must be using the formula part. Tn is equals to a plus n minus 1 into d, sum of n terms is equal to n by 2 into a plus 2a plus n minus 1 into d. That is one of the way to get the answer. But it is also possible for me to get the answer without going with those formulas. जरूरत ही नहीं उन formulas की, उसके बिना भी आंसर आ जाएगा. Sum of first 50 odd numbers. I was not, मुझे कोई formula नहीं पता है. What I'll do a similar thing. I'll do the similar iteration kind of a thing, and let us see how to get the answer. Sum of first 50 odd numbers. First number is 1. First two numbers are 1 plus 3. First three numbers are 1 plus 3 plus 5. First four numbers are 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7. Odd numbers start with 1 only, 1, 3, 5, 7. So 1 plus 3, 1 plus 3 plus 5, 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7. I got some relation kind of a thing. I just written these numbers and my terms are 1, my terms are 4, my terms are 9 and my terms are 16. So for 50 odd numbers, what is the answer? At least for this is a very ideal or very simple question just to understand pattern. Yes, pattern is possible in most of these questions. Not in all questions. I'm not saying everything cannot be solved by pattern method, but at least you can try if you do not have the idea about this type of question. So this is 1 square, this is 2 square, this is 3 square, and this is 4 square. Sum of first odd number is 1 square, this is 2 square, 3 square, and 4 square. With that thing, sum of 50 odd numbers will be 50 square. 50 square is 2500 only. Even if you go with formula method, fine. But I think if you have the habit of using this pattern kind of a thing, you can apply with the previous जो मैंने CAT question बोला था, you can apply in that question as well. As simple as that. This is a very simple example to understand yes, patterns are possible and we can get some of the answers using pattern method also. So for this thing, 50 square is 2500. Sum of first 50 odd numbers. So first term is 1, 1 plus 3 is 4, 1 plus 3 plus 5, 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7. So answer is 2500. Let us try the similar kind of a thing for 50 even numbers. Sum of first 50 even numbers. First term is 2. Next, first two terms are 2 plus 4. Next is 2 plus 4 plus 6. Next is 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8. So first term, second term, third term, and fourth term. If I just written these terms, now little difficulty is there in this pattern because उतना squares वाला की तरह easy नहीं है. But first term is 2, then 6, then 12, then 20. अब 20 को क्या लिख सकते हैं? 20 को 4 into 5 लिख सकते हैं और 10 into 2 भी लिख सकते हैं. But I need to write something ताकि I can connect with my previous term also. I have these 4 observations in front of me. If I have these 4 observations in front of me, I can do something जो यहाँ पे भी apply होगा. I can apply with this number also, and this number also. 20 के, I think there are 3 possibilities are there. 20 into 1, 10 into 2, and then next is 4 into 5 or 5 into 4. If it is 20 into 1, I cannot do anything with this part because इसका 12 into 1 होगा, 3 into 4 होगा, and then 6 into 2 होगा. I cannot do with this thing. So for finding some relation, I can say this is actually 4 into 5. This I can write it as, this has 4 cross 5 only. So this is, if I'm able to write, I'll just write this is 4 and this will be into 5. This value will be 4 cross 5 will be 20 only. If this is 4 into 5, I can say the previous term can be connected with 3 into 4 only. So one is 3 into 4. The previous term will be 2 into 3. And the previous term will be 1 into 2. So 1 into 2, 2 into 3, 3 into 4, and 4 into 5. This is the connection. Well, I have to progress from first term to second term to third term to fourth term only. For 2, I think there are multiple cases. 2 में minus भी कर सकते हैं, plus भी कर सकते हैं. But understand, I have to apply a similar logic for these 4 numbers. So this is 4 into 5, 3 into 4, 2 into 3, and 1 into 2. So with that thing, if there are 50 numbers are there, it is 50 into 51. The answer will be 2550. Apart from all good theoretical methods, the point is not to like give a difficult method for this type of question. I think the understanding is you can apply the iteration method. With iteration way, you can try and find some pattern. For the cat level question, that was the best way to solve that question. So for this question also, it is 50 into 51, that become 2550. Let me put a better logics. I think then this part will complete. So this is a good question. 100 square minus 99 square plus 98 square minus 97 square and so forth till 2 square minus 1 square. So 100 square plus 99 square minus 99 square plus 97 square. One is alternate plus and minus. So this is a better example as compared to the previous two examples. So basically, now the formula is normally, if you have done the arithmetic series and these kind of questions, the formula is for summation n square. If it is 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, 4 square till n square, then one can use the formula. That is like a possible way. But in that case, minus के लिए कोई formula नहीं होता है. So I have to make like two series here. All the even terms separately and all the odd terms separately. Some BTech students will love this thing. Yes, they have done something concrete in terms of n form only. That is one of the way if you are getting step marking, suppose. For any question, for any examination, if you are getting step marking, then this is a very good method. But I think, as I have told you, I will be teaching you the CAT things or how the quant is different from mathematics part. So I'll be going with my quant skills only. In that case, I can club first two terms. I can club first two terms here. And if I club first two terms, I'll be able to apply a square minus b square formula. So I'll be using a square minus b square formula. So I'll be clubbing these two, and these two. And as there are even number of terms are there, I'll be clubbing all those terms, all those even this pairing wise, 100 square minus 99 square and so forth. Now a square minus b square is a minus b into a plus b. If it is a minus b into a plus b, a minus b in all those cases become 1. A minus b is 1. A minus b is 1. A minus b is 1 and a minus b is 1. A minus b throughout become 1 only. See, I'll be writing this thing as a square minus b square, so a minus b into a plus b. Eventually, I'll be ending up with this step only. A minus b is 1. It is 100 plus 99, a plus b, 98 plus 97, and 96 plus 95, until 2 plus 1 only. So what I have done here, I have applied a square minus b square formula, which is a minus b into a plus b. So 100 plus 99, 98 plus 97, 96 plus 95 till 2 plus 1. So with that way, I think our answer will be done. Final answer will be, this is what? 50 odd numbers. First term is 1, second term is 3, 5, 7 till 99. 50th odd number कितना होता है? 2 into 50, 100 minus 1 is 99. And 50 even numbers, that is 2, 4, 6 till 100. So answer is 2500 plus 2550. Answer will be 5050. Or you can apply summation n wala formula. If it is 1 plus 2 plus 3 till 100 thing, summation n will be equal to n into n plus 1 by 2. But this step is important. From this to this, ये कैसे लिखा है? If you are able to write this step, this is all good. See, unnecessarily, I think if you separate even squares and odd squares separately, and if you solve by that way, I think answer will be same. I have done by that method. The answer will be same. But the main trick was from this to this you can convert. After this, there are two options, because right now I have taught you the odd square, sum of odd numbers and sum of even numbers. So 1 to 100 क्या होते हैं? Half of them will be odd and half of them will be even. So 50 odd numbers and 50 even numbers. With that thing, answer is 2500 plus 2550. Answer is 5050. Or you can take a snapshot by doing by alternative approaches. I think you'll find the answer will be same, but this is the quickest way to solve this thing. This is the idea how to solve in a better method or in an easy way. So answer is 2 2500 plus 2550, that is equal to 5050. So that is how these things are important. Next point is, now some questions are tilted toward reasoning or logic side, apart from mathematics thing, because they can't ask on a very difficult or those like typical mathematics question. So they will give a flavor, I think, of reasoning or flavor of logic thing, जहाँ पे कुछ logic or reason apply करना होगा to solve those questions. And theoretical or lengthy approaches are not required for most questions, as I already discussed in the previous example. कि the lengthy approach is not important. ये मेरी tip sheet kind of a thing है कि these tips are important if you want to improvise your quant skills. See, one need to understand that one need to do good questions also. I think if you do like elementary type of question, those things will not improve. But if you do a systematic preparation by solving first of all easy thing, by understanding theory first and then solving a moderate or difficult question, then in that case improvisation will happen. And in this session, the idea is understanding why somebody will join any institute, because the level, whatever things you have done in the mathematics in 11th or 12th that are not coming in the CAT exam. So they will ask on a different platform, as simple as that. There are two different things are there. One platform is different, second platform is different. And for getting good command over this platform, one need to study, as simple as that. So this is the idea. Let me give you the third or fourth example, or fifth, whatever the number is, fifth example. So this is the question which appeared in that exam. And it will require some time to read. Just take 2-3 minutes time and please try. So how many pieces did he make? Let me give the brief of this question, what the question is asking for, and then I think it will be easy for you and me to be on the same platform or same thing. On 1st of March, Timon or T arrived in a city and were looking for a place to stay. He met a landlady who offered to rent her apartment at a reasonable price, but wanted him to pay the rent on a daily basis. So the person need to pay a daily rent, and the month is March, so one need to pay a daily rent for the 31 days. T had a silver bar of 31 inches, and an inch of the silver bar was exactly equal to a day's rent. He agreed to pay an inch of the silver bar towards a daily rent. So one need to pay, the T need to pay 1 inch of the silver bar towards the daily rent. T wanted to make minimum number of pieces of silver bar, but did not want to pay any advance rent. So without giving any advance rent, the person need to pay with minimum number of pieces. So how many pieces did he make? So see, if you make 31 pieces, there is no problem. 31 inch का silver bar है. If you give 1 inch on daily basis, one on day 1, one on day 2, one on day 3, and so forth, so there's no problem. So one can give on daily basis, there is no problem. But the question is, minimum number of pieces कितने हो सकते हैं? So minimum number of pieces के लिए one need to think on a logical side or on a reasoning side कि how those pieces can be made so that he can pay on daily rent without giving any advance rent. So he did not have to pay advance rent also, daily rent भी देना है. So what mechanism I have to opt to get this thing solved? And 31 inch का silver bar है. So how many pieces did he make? Options for these questions are 5, 6, 7, 8. That means by only making 5 cuts or by making 5 parts, 5 pieces, I'll be able to do this thing. So options can be 5, or option can be 6, option can be 7, or option can be 8. So option are suppose 5, 6, 7, 8. No doubt with 31 pieces, this thing can be easily tackled. There's no problem. But the question is asking for minimum number of pieces कितने हो सकते हैं. Now, ये किसी टॉपिक से as such नहीं है, जैसे puzzle kind of a thing. So apart from the quantitative skills, sometimes as I told you, the reasoning tilted questions are there. So we need to apply some reasoning thing. Although later you'll find कि yes कुछ series और कुछ terms आ रही हैं, but then initially it is a puzzle, as simple as that. First glance it seems to be a puzzle only. So how that thing is possible? So that one need to think, and if one need to apply a correct logic, or if one has done a similar kind of questions previously, then one can think in one direction, as simple as that. So for this question, see, this will only occur when there is a transaction or when there is an exchange of silver bar is there. विदाउट एक्सचेंज तो हो ही नहीं सकता. इफ लैंड लेडी इज वेरी रिजिड एंड शी सेज कि मैं एक्सचेंज भी नहीं करूंगी, फिर तो क्वेश्चन को भूल जाओ, 31 ही आंसर आएगा, एज सिंपल एज दैट. सो पॉइंट इज एक्सचेंज मीन्स if I give you like 3 inches silver bar, I'll be expecting 2 inch will be giving back to me. Then only I'll be looking for minimum number of pieces. If I have to pay 1 inch on daily basis, अगर day 1 को भी होगा, day 2 को भी होगा, day 3 को भी होगा, and nobody is exchanging those like silver bar thing on any of the days, then the answer is 31 only. But as the question is asking for minimum कितने pieces बन सकते हैं, and options are 5 options, 6 options, 7 option and 8 option only. That means I have to think in exchanging वाला part. कि I'll be giving or the T will be giving some silver bar or this 5 inch silver bar ताकि उसको 4 वापस मिल जाए, because he has to pay 1 inch on daily basis. So on that basis, if one thinks, I think a normally answer comes in the mind is 15 or 16 only. How come that answer is possible? If I make 2 inches का first part, 2 inch, 2 inch, 2 inch, 2 inch, 2 inch, 2 inch, और 2 inch के 15 parts कर सकते हैं, एंड देन एक लास्ट वाला 1 कर सकते हैं. तो 2 into 15, तो 2 inch के 15 parts होंगे, एंड एक वाला होगा जो 1 inch का होगा. तो how the transaction will happen? Transaction will happen when I'm giving 1 inch on day 1. तो first day is over, day 1 को मैंने 1 inch का सिल्वर बार दे दिया. On day 2 I'll be giving 2 inches, ठीक है, but I'll be getting 1 inch back. इफेक्टिवली मैंने दिए 2 दिन के 2 इंचेस ही हैं, बट दैट लैंड लेडी विल बी रिटर्निंग मी दैट 1 इंच वाला बार. सी ट्रांजेक्शन और दिस एक्सचेंज विल अकर तभी इस क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व कर सकते हैं, वरना इसमें आंसर नहीं आएगा. बट इट इज नो वेयर स्पेसिफाइड इन द क्वेश्चन. सो दैट लॉजिक शुड कम फ्रॉम योर साइड ओनली कि एक्सचेंज तो करना पड़ेगा, विदाउट एक्सचेंज तो ये नहीं हो सकता है. So as I told you, the answer, one of the options or one of the possibility can be 16 here. तो 15 पार्ट्स कर दिए 2 इंचेस के, तो 15 into 2 प्लस 1 कर दिया. तो डे 1 को मैंने 1 इंच दिया, डे 2 को मैंने 2 इंचेस दिए, एंड आई गॉट माई 1 इंच बैक. लैंड लेडी के पास 2 इंचेस हो गए, आई हैव रिमेनिंग 29 इंचेस विथ मी. डे 3 को मैंने 1 इंच और दे दिया. डे 4 को आई हैव गिवन 2 इंचेस एंड गेट बैक माई 1 इंच वाला पार्ट. दैट कैन बी वन थॉट और वन थिंग जिसके बेस पे पूरा ट्रांजेक्शन हो सकता है. दिस इज वन ऑफ द पॉसिबिलिटी. But options are 5, 6, 7 and 8. So one need to do some other kind of iteration to get the answer. So I think without wasting further time, let me give you the simple or answer for this question. Answer is 5 only. And the pieces will be, it is possible when I give first day को मैंने 1 इंच वाला बार दे दिया, ठीक है, सेकेंड डे को मैंने 2 इंच वाला बार दे दिया, एंड 1 इंच वाला रिवर्स ले लिया. तो डे 2 तक लैंड लेडी के पास 2 है, आई हैव 29. डे 3 को मैंने 1 इंच वाला बार और दे दिया, तो लैंड लेडी के पास 3 है, मेरे पास अपने 28 वाले सेपरेट हैं. डे 4 को आई विल बी गिविंग 4 इंचेस वाला पार्ट. तो डे 4 को मैंने 4 दे दिया, एंड गॉट बैक माई 1 and 2 वाला पार्ट. 4 वाला पार्ट, सी इन सच टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चन पैटर्न इज अगेन वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. फ्रेंकली स्पीकिंग, इफ यू आर ट्राइंग फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम, तो शायद ये चीज़ स्ट्राइक नहीं करेगी. I have solved most of these questions over the period of time, or the student need to practice with different examples. Then they can think of in this direction. For the first timer, it can be little difficult also. But how the process will occur, let me explain that part. So day 4 को मैंने 4 दे दिया, and मैंने 1 and 2 बैक ले लिए. Day 5 को 4 plus 1, 5 is done. Day 6 को 4 plus 2, 6 is done. Day 7 को 4 plus 2 plus 1, the 7 is done. एंड डे 8 को आई हैव गिवन 8 इंचेस एंड गॉट बैक माई 4 plus 2 plus 1. मैंने 8 इंच दे दिया और 4 plus 2 plus 1 वापस भी ले लिया. तो डे 8 तक 8 कंप्लीट हो गया. रिमेनिंग मेरे पास कितना है, 23 है. नाउ आई थिंक द पैटर्न इज वेरी इजी. 9th डे क्या होगा, 8 plus 1. 10th डे क्या होगा, 8 plus 2, आई विल बी गेटिंग 1 इंच बैक, 8 plus 2. 11th डे 8 plus 2 plus 1. 12th day 8 plus 4, I'll be getting my 3 inches back, and then 12, then 13 is possible, 14 is possible, 15 is possible. On day 16, I'll be giving 16 inches, and after that, I'll be like, if I add these numbers, I'll be handling this thing for next 15 days also. With only these 5 pieces, it is possible for the T or anyone to pay the rent on daily basis with exchange thing. But exchange part was not mentioned in the question. That was correct. But that is how this logic will come about. How the person will pay with 5 pieces or 6 pieces or 7 pieces. That is only possible once there are exchanges possible. So 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. And this is somewhere connected to the binary wala part. Those who have like mathematics in the 12th part or in 11th part, any number can be expressed or any number can be put in a binary form. So we can write every number in binary form और किसी भी नंबर को हम पावर्स ऑफ 2 में ब्रेक कर सकते हैं. किसी भी नंबर को, कोई भी नंबर आपके पास अगर होगा 31 है, the breakup will be 16 plus 8 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1. If a number is 25, 16 plus 8 plus 1, so we can break this type of number in binary form. Although direct connection is not there, the puzzle was very different, but I can say you can think or you can try with these kind of things, then this become a habitual practice, as simple as that. And if you do with that manner, I think the answer will be possible. So next is, this is the example. Again, I'll be like taking I think 1 or 2 more examples only, and then we'll finish the session. So this is a square given, a magic square is given. I have 3
It's
numbers.
2 o'clock.
3 numbers are mentioned. One is 1, one is 5, and one is 7. 3 numbers are already mentioned. One need to fill 6 numbers in these 6 locations. Here, 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 and here. So that this becomes a magic square. Now, what is a magic square? A magic square is a square in which all rows are equal. First row ka sum, second row ka sum, third row ka sum. Columns are equal. C1, C2, C3 are equal, and D1, D2 are equal. So basically, my point is I have to make all rows equal, all columns equal, and all diagonals equal. Somewhat connected or somewhat related to Sudoku kind of a thing. बट सुडोकू में डायगनल्स हम मैच नहीं करते हैं, बट यहाँ पे आपको रोज मैच करनी है, कॉलम्स मैच करने हैं और डायगनल्स मैच करने हैं. So we need to figure out all these values. And if this type of questions comes in CAT exam, normally there will be set kind of a thing. Set means 2 questions are there or 3 questions are there. So one can devote at least some 3 minutes time to solve this type of question, 3 or 4 minutes time to solve this question. And you can repeat the numbers also. So one can repeat those numbers. Repetition is allowed. One can fill any number. For this special magic square, but there is no limitation. One need to fill only 1 to 9. 2-digit numbers are also allowed. 3-digit numbers are allowed. Negative numbers are allowed. So one can fill any number. So I think take some half a minute, 1 minute, or 2 minutes time to try this question. So let me start this thing. So as I told you, the condition is R1 first row ka sum, second row ka sum, third row ka sum, first column ka sum, second column ka sum, third column ka sum, diagonal sum, this all match. What is the proper way to solve this question will be take variables. Take A variable, B variable, C variable, D, E and F. 6 variable, make as many equations as possible. First row ka sum A plus 12, second row ka sum this 1 plus B plus C, and third row ka sum, and make many equations. And try with that particular way. There's no harm, but I think I'll be discussing some alternative way because that is my motive. So I'll be discussing some alternative way कि इसमें और क्या improvise कर सकते हैं और क्या easy कर सकते हैं. So one main method will be take variable part, take A variable, B variable. So let me go with the alternative way. So 3 terms are given. Now they're purposely given. If 1 is given, 5 is given, 7 is given. With the help of these 3, we have to find next term. इन 3 की help से हम next term try कर सकते हैं और निकाल सकते हैं. So I can say if these 3 terms are given, this term will be 11 only. Reason, the first row ka sum is equal to first column ka sum. So I can say first row and first column will be same. If first row and first column is same, with that case, this is a common element. This is a common element. With that thing, I can say 5 plus 7 is equal to 12. If 5 plus 7 is equal to 12, this will also be 12 because this is a common element. This is a common element, this is 12, this become 12, this is 12, this number will be 11 only. So what I am saying, again, if you take variables also, x plus 5 plus 7 is equal to x plus 1 plus z. X will eliminate, but I'll be taking only that specific variable. As I told you, these three terms are purposely given to find out the next number. With these three terms, we can observe, we can find out next number. This number will be 11 only. तो हमने इसी को choose करा है, मैंने इसको और इसको choose नहीं करा है. So I have to take some rows and some column in such a way that will help me to find out next number. Simple logic is this plus this plus this. These three terms will be equal to this plus this plus this. This being a common number. So 12 is equals to 12. If 12 and 12 both are same, that means this number will be 11 only. So first idea will be this number is 11. So this number is 11. Next. Again, I'll be going with this way only by taking some rows and some columns to fetch the answer. Now I can say in this case sum of these three will be equal to sum of these three. If sum of these three and sum of these three are equal, this being a common element. This being a common element, I can say for this question, what will be what will be the number here? 11 plus 7 is 18. If 11 plus 7 is 18, this plus this will also be 18. This is common number. Or take this as a and b variable. Suppose 11 plus a plus something is equal to 5 plus a plus b. With that thing, this number will be 18. This number is 13 only. So this number is 13. 11 plus 7 is 18 is equal to 5 plus 13 is equals to 18. So this number is 18. नेक्स्ट आफ्टर दिस नेक्स्ट एलिमेंट निकालना तो बहुत ईजी है. द नंबर विच इज़ बिलो 7 वो निकालना बहुत सिंपल है एंड वो आई थिंक सब लोगों ने निकाल लिया होगा, निकाल लेंगे. दिस इज अ कॉमन एलिमेंट. 11 plus 13 is 24. If 11 plus 13 is 24, this will also be 24. If this is 24, this number is 17 only. So 13 plus 11 is 24 and this is 17 because this plus this plus this 11 plus 13 plus x is equal to x plus this y plus 7. X will eliminate, so answer will be x will eliminate, so this number will be 17 only. So next number is 17. So the idea was with the help of three terms, I'll again start. 1, 5 and 7 is given. I said 12 is equal to 12. If 12 is equal to 12, this number is 11. Then this is 18, 11 plus 7. This is 18, this will also be 18. This is 18, this will be 13. Okay, and then this is 24. This is 24, this will also be 24. 24 means below to 7, the number will be 17. This is 24 and this is 24. So after 3, I got 3 more elements, which is 17. Now 3 more elements are remaining. For 3 more elements again, there is no need to frame any equation, or you can write just one step to get the answer. If first row ka sum is suppose P, second row ka sum is also P, third row ka sum is also P. So row number 1 is P, row number 2 is P, and row number 3 is P. So in that case, complete square will add up to 3P. First row का sum P, second row का sum P, third row का sum P. तो तीनों rows का sum कितना होगा? 3P के बराबर हो जाएगा. Column sum is how much? Column sum is also P. Because as I told you, all rows का sum, all columns and all diagonal sum should be equal. Diagonal sum will be how much? Diagonal sum will be P only. I'll again put my point. So first row is P, second row is P, and third row is P. Point number 1. So P plus P plus P is equals to what? 3P. Okay? And then diagonal is actually P. If diagonal is P, so total sum of the remaining elements, 3P was the total sum of all the 9 elements. So 1 plus 2 plus 3, P plus P plus P. तो पूरे स्क्वायर का सम कितना है? 3P के बराबर है. डायगोनल का सम कितना होगा? डायगोनल का सम होगा P. If diagonal sum is P, that means 3P minus P will be how much? 2P. And if you add these numbers, 5 plus 7, 12, 12 plus 18 is 30, 30 plus 24 is 54. 2P is equals to 54. If 2P is 54, so P will be 27. That means first row का sum is 27, second row is 27 and third row is also 27. तो first row का total sum कितना होगा? 27 होगा. Second row का sum कितना होगा? 27 होगा. Third row का sum कितना होगा? 27 होगा. I'll again put my point, what I have discussed. I said first row is P, second row is P and third row is P. If first row, second row, third row individually are P, 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 complete square will add up to 3P. Point number 1. Diagonal will also be P because diagonal sum and row sum and column sum has to match. If the sum has to match, that means 3P was the whole square ka sum minus this p will be equal to 2p. And I know the sum of these 6 elements. 5 plus 7 plus 1 plus 17 plus 11 plus 13, that will be equal to how much? 54. If 2p is 54, individual row will be 27. 2p is 54, p is 27. If p is 27, the answer will be 15, 9 and 3. Sum pata hai first row ka 27. If I know these two things, this is 15. Sum is 18, this middle number will be 9, and if sum is 24, this number will be 3 only. So with that thing, the elements will be 15, 9 and 3. So without choosing any variable, I was able to find all those 6 elements. Otherwise, it's a good like 6 variable question. But without going for any variable thing, I have solved this thing by a reasoning oriented method, and which is how the quant part is different than a mathematics part. And one need to practice. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. As I told you, the platform is different. The platform of mathematics can be different and platform here is different. So one need to do a good amount of practice. And if you practice, I think you can definitely crack, and to like you can easily solve, and you can have a command over this section. You can easily crack the CAT exam. As simple as that. Okay. So next is एक और puzzle करते हैं, and I think this will be the last puzzle. So there are 25 horses are there. You want to pick the fastest 3 horses out of those 25. In each race, only 5 horses can run at the same time. What is the minimum number of races required to find the 3 fastest horses without using a stopwatch? So total 25 horses. One need to find 3 fastest horses. And to find out 3 fastest horses, the track is available, but on that track, only 5 horses can participate. So only 5 horses can participate, and that's at the same time. And we have to find out minimum number of races required to find out the top 3 horses without using a stopwatch. Now this is not a PNC question, because normally the student connect with 25C3 or anything like permutation and combination part. ऐसा कुछ नहीं करना है. Answer is a single digit number. So answer is like 25C3, P3 कुछ नहीं होगा. So options can be 7 races, 6 races, 7 races, 8 races or 9 races. The options are like this only. तो 25 horses हैं. एक टाइम पे 5 horses participate कर सकते हैं only. So in one race only 5 horses can participate. And one need to find the fastest 3 horses. And to find fastest 3 horses, how many minimum number of races are required? If that to be done without using a stopwatch. With a stopwatch, the answer will be different, and without stopwatch, the answer will be different. Okay. So please take, I think, 30, 40, 1 minute time to try this question. One very, very common answer is 6 races, and 6 is the most common incorrect answer. So please try once more if your answer is 6, and if you're waiting for me to give a green signal, so 6 is not the correct answer. With stopwatch, yes, the answer, I think, with stopwatch, the answer will be only 5 races. Reason being, if I have that track length fixed, if a track length is fixed, and I know timings of each and every horse, I know first horse ka time hai 20 seconds, second ka time hai 15 seconds, and so on and so forth. In that case, the answer will be only 5 races are required if timer is given, because I know timing of each and every horse. But timer is not given, so that is how the answer will be more than 5. But 6 nahi hoga. I'll explain with my method why 6 is not the answer. But please try. So let me start, because then you'll be having some other things also lined up with you. So this is like there are 5 groups are there: X1, X2, X3, X4, X5. So first race, if I have to give a chance to each and every horse, at least 5 races are required. So race number 1 में serial number 1, serial number 2, serial number 3, serial number 4, serial number 5. In race number 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In race number 3, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. race number 4 and race number 5. At least I have to give a chance to each and every horse. Minimum 5 races are required. Okay? So 5 races will be required for 1 to 5, 6 to 10, 11 to 15, 16 to 20 and 21 to 25. So minimum 5 to hoga hi, because I have to give a chance to each and every horse. Okay? I can only visually observe. If stopwatch is not available, I can only visually observe which horse is coming first, which horse is coming second, which horse is coming third. You can only visually observe कि कौन सा horse किस position पे आ रहा है. After any race, it is possible for me to eliminate bottom two. I can always eliminate bottom two. After race number 1 is done, I can eliminate bottom two. Bottom two, bottom two, bottom two, bottom two, because मुझे top 3 निकालने हैं. Now if they are not coming in top 3 in the first group, they will not come top 3 overall. अगर आप अपनी रो में अपने ग्रुप में ही फर्स्ट नहीं आ रहे, फर्स्ट 3 में नहीं आ रहे हो, तो पूरे रेस में तो टॉप 3 आ ही नहीं सकते हो. तो if x4 is coming at 4th position, x5 is coming at 5th position, so they will not be coming in the top 3 slots anyhow. So I'm assuming that this is my group which will be coming in the top 3 positions. So from first race, from second race, from third race, from fourth race, this is my group which will be coming in the top 3 slots. Point number 1. Okay. These bottom 2 will be eliminated. These two will be eliminated. So this is how we can eliminate these bottom 2. So after these 5 races, I have top 3 of every group. So first race ke top 3, second race ke top 3, third race ke top 3, and so on and so forth. So I have top 3 with every group. Point number 1. After this, the 6th race will be for these toppers, assuming कि x1 being a topper. अगर ये इस रेस का टॉपर है, ये इस रेस का टॉपर है, ये इस रेस का टॉपर है, ये इस रेस का टॉपर है और ये इस रेस का टॉपर है. In that case, this will be 6th race. And this is a very, very common answer. We assume if I allow these 5 horses to run, and whatever the rank will be from these top horses, तो वो top 3 हो जाएंगे. But it's a very, very common wrong answer, because top 3 ये भी तो हो सकते हैं. First rank, second rank, third rank ये भी हो सकते हैं. Race length था, race length was finished by x1 in 5 seconds, finished by x2 in 6 seconds, and x3 by 7 seconds, and x6 by 10 seconds. So what I'm trying to say here, कि in what I have chosen here, I have taken only group topper. I have taken first topper here, first topper, first topper, first topper, first topper. These toppers not necessarily will give me the top 3 horses from the entire race. Top 3 can be from group number 1 also. Top 3 can be from group number 5 also, or from any other group also. So the idea is very simple. If I allow only these 5 horses to run, and if they will do only one of the race, I will be only getting rank number 1. So with 6th race, it is clear for me, first rank kiski hogi? Anybody who is coming the topper, or anybody who is group topper in the 6th race only. 6th race is for these toppers race only. x1, x6, x11, x16, x21. इनकी जो रेस होगी, उसका जो टॉपर होगा, I'll be finding the group topper. तो rank 1 निकालने के लिए only 6 races are required. Question was, how many races are required for finding top 3 horses? Okay. So for top 3, I have to think in other direction, or I have to try for second ranker and third ranker also. And that is how normally now the question becomes a little more complicated. Till this point, it was like all cool thing. Because we can say कि first race for first group, second race, third race, fourth race, 5 race. सबको चांस तो देना ही होगा. तो 5 रेसेस वो हो गई, टॉपर्स की रेस हो गई, 6th रेस हो गई. अब 7th रेस में कौन होगा, और 8th रेस में कौन होगा, और 9th रेस में कौन होगा. सो देर आर डिफरेंट लॉजिक्स आर देयर कि ये ले लेते हैं, ये ट्राई कर लेते हैं, ये ट्राई कर लेते हैं. वो आपको ट्राई करना पड़ेगा. तो आई थिंक बाय टेकिंग लाइक, जब आप इसको शायद अगर दोबारा वीडियो देखोगे, आप इसको पॉज करके ट्राई करके देखना कि 7th रेस और 8th में पार्टिसिपेंट्स कौन कौन से होंगे. I have some limited time with me, so I cannot like stop here and give you more chance. But it's a very good question. It's a very decent question. So what I'm saying, after 6th race, I have like these 5 toppers in front of me, and I have these horses also remaining. They are waiting for their chance for the next race. But I can say if this horse is coming at the 4th position, अगर ये horse 4th position पर आया है, rank 4 पर आया है, toppers की list में, अगर ये 4th नंबर पे अगर horse आया है, और ये 5th नंबर पे हॉर्स आया है, तो अगर ये 4th पोजीशन पे हॉर्स है और ये 5th पोजीशन पे हॉर्स है, इन दैट केस आई कैन से दिस हॉर्स इज नॉट इम्पॉर्टेंट फॉर मी. आई एम ओनली लुकिंग फॉर टॉप 3 पोजीशंस. इफ आई एम लुकिंग फॉर टॉप 3, आई कैन एलिमिनेट द एंटायर रो. आई कैन एलिमिनेट ग्रुप नंबर 4. वाई? बिकॉज दिस हॉर्स इज कमिंग एट 4th पोजीशन. अगर ये खुद 4th पर है, जो ग्रुप पार्टिसिपेंट्स होंगे वो तो और स्लो होंगे. ये जो अपने ग्रुप का टॉपर है, 4th नंबर पे ये आया है अपने टॉपर्स की रेस में. अगर 4th नंबर पे अपने टॉपर्स की रेस में आया है, इन दैट केस आई कैन एलिमिनेट दैट हॉर्स फ्रॉम दिस आपका एंटायर रेस, बिकॉज ये अपने ग्रुप में फोर्थ है. द की थिंग वॉज मुझे टॉप 3 निकालने हैं. इफ आई हैव टू फाइंड टॉप 3 ओनली, दिस हॉर्स इज नॉट इम्पॉर्टेंट फॉर मी, और उसका पूरा ग्रुप भी इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है. और सेम ये हॉर्स भी इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है और उसका पूरा ग्रुप भी इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है. तो आई कैन से आई कैन एलिमिनेट दीज बॉटम आपका हॉर्सेस, बॉटम ग्रुप ऑल्सो, बिकॉज ये किसी भी सेंस में इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है. बिकॉज सिक्स रेस में ये रैंक 1 आया था, ये रैंक 2 आया था और ये रैंक 3 आया था. तो रैंक 1, रैंक 2, रैंक 3 ये तीनों मेरे लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है. बॉटम 4, 5 इज नॉट इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर मी. आई हैव टू ओनली फाइंड टॉप 3 फ्रॉम द एंटायर 25 हॉर्सेस. हम सबकी सॉर्टिंग नहीं कर रहे हैं, पॉसिबल भी नहीं होगा, शायद इतना इजीली पॉसिबल नहीं होगा, बट वी हैव टू ओनली फाइंड टॉप 3. नाउ सपोज इसका रैंक 1 आया है. अगर इसका रैंक 1 है, अगर इसका रैंक 1 है, सो इसका रैंक 1, इसका रैंक 2 और इसका रैंक 3 ये हो सकता है पॉसिबल. इसका रैंक 1, इसका रैंक 2 अगर आया है, इसका रैंक 3 हो सकता है. तो एनी हाउ ये मेरे लिए इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है. इसका रैंक 3 अगर आया है, तो अगर इसका रैंक अगर 3 आया है, तो ये मेरे लिए इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है और ये भी मेरे लिए इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है. तो बेसिकली दीज आर नॉट इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर मी. इन प्रॉपर्स रेस जो भी ग्रुप, जो भी हॉर्स फर्स्ट नंबर पे आ रहा है, आई एम नॉट सेइंग ओनली x1 कैन कम, वट एवर हॉर्स इज कमिंग, x21 भी हो सकता है. जो भी हॉर्स रैंक 1 पर आएगा, वी आर सपोज टू टेक उसके सेकेंड और थर्ड हॉर्स को ले लेते हैं, सेकेंड एंड थर्ड हॉर्स को ले सकते हैं. एंड जो भी नंबर 2 पर आएगा, वी कैन टेक थर्ड हॉर्स, एंड दिस लास्ट इज नॉट इम्पॉर्टेंट. और जो भी थर्ड नंबर पर आएगा, ओनली दैट हॉर्स इज इम्पॉर्टेंट फॉर मी. तो वी कैन से ओनली दीज हॉर्सेज आर इम्पॉर्टेंट बिकॉज ये खुद थर्ड नंबर पर है. तो आई विल नॉट चूज x12 बिकॉज वो तो फोर्थ नंबर पे आएगा या फिफ्थ नंबर पर आएगा. आई एम ओनली कंसर्न अबाउट टॉप 3 स्पॉट्स. फॉर टॉप 3 स्पॉट्स द आंसर इज दिस इज माई 7th रेस. आफ्टर द 6 रेसेज आई टोल्ड यू, तो इसमें ये 1, ये 2, ये 3 था, ये 1, ये 2, ये 3 था, और ये 1, ये 2, ये 3 था. तो नेक्स्ट रेस के लिए पार्टिसिपेंट्स विल बी x2, x3, x6, x7 and x11. And this is the final race. And believe me, this is a very good question. Normally in offline classes, बच्चों के आंसर आते हैं, स्टूडेंट्स के आंसर आते हैं like 17 races, 21 races, 11 races, 12 races. But this thing can be easily tackled with minimum number of races, and those are 7. So with 7 races, this can be sorted out. अगर टाइमर अवेलेबल होगा, if stopwatch is available, then the answer is only 5 because I know the timings of each and every horse. Track length is constant. If track length is constant and मुझे सबका टाइमिंग पता है, तो आंसर इज 5 races only. But without timer, without stopwatch, मिनिमम 6 में नहीं हो पाएगा. दैट वाज माय इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट कि 6 में नहीं हो पाएगा. रीजन बीइंग कि 6 में टॉपर मिल जाएगा, बट देन रैंक नंबर 2 पे ये भी हो सकता है, रैंक नंबर 3 पे ये भी हो सकता है, देन ये रैंक नंबर 2, ये रैंक नंबर 3 और ये रैंक नंबर 3 हो सकता है. इन दैट मैनर this will be like 7 races mein this entire thing can be tackled. So I've given those puzzles questions also which are somewhat important for the placement companies as well. So these are like two good questions jahan pe puzzles wala part tha, and I think Google is like sources available, तो at least कुछ puzzles को तो आप try कर सकते हैं, Google में आप try कर सकते हैं. हाँ, for other topics you need to have like authenticate material and those materials जहाँ पे errors नहीं हो, and for a student it's very difficult for a student to identify those errors or mistakes. That is why we advise a student to at least go for some authenticated material or anything जहाँ पे mentor is available for you to guide. See, understand very simple thing. I think अगर आप इस question को online search करोगे, तो nobody will give the why answer कि why this is occurring and why this is not occurring. So I think for why answering, mentoring is something which is very important. And to judge कि how, like whether the question is easy or difficult, one need to be sitting in a group. आप घर पे बैठे हो और आप बहुत ही अगर आप बहुत इंटेलिजेंट स्टूडेंट हो, तो उसमें तो आपको सारे क्वेश्चन इजी लगेंगे या कुछ क्वेश्चन आपको डिफिकल्ट लगेंगे. यू नेवर जज द टाइप ऑफ दैट आपका डिफिकल्टी, कि वेदर यू आर सॉल्विंग ऑन अ राइट ट्रैक और वेदर यू आर डूइंग ऑन अ राइट थिंग. दैट इज व्हाई ग्रुप स्टडीज आर समथिंग विच इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, कि हाउ यू आर बिहेविंग, हाउ यू आर लाइक solving those things, and how your partner or how your group is like solving those things. So a group is important, and a faculty or any mentor is at least very, very important. So let me move further and let me talk about the last things. In CAT exam, scanning is also very, very important. Understand one thing, you're not supposed to attempt each and every question. Scanning is something which is very important. One need to learn techniques of rejection also. So there is no need to go by serial order. One need to do question number 1, then question number 2, then question number 3, and so on and so forth. So one need to learn the rejection technique also. So this is also important. So we say apply a 4S rule. The 4S rule is scan, search, select, and solve. Scan the paper, search out the questions, select the question, and then only solve the question. If you are very strong in one of the areas, like you are very strong in numbers, or you're very strong in percentages, then you can approach or you can target that section as well. But then nobody can rely on CAT exam ki what things are there. So one need to at least cover some 80% syllabus or 80 to 90% syllabus. As simple as that. One cannot go with na ki in last year these many questions were there from this book, तो ये book पूरी कर लेते हैं. So nobody rely on CAT exam. They like tweak one section. Every time they tweak one section, they make sometime LRDI difficult, sometimes they make verbal difficult. Next year maybe वो quant difficult कर दें. So one need to cover at least 80% topics, 80 to 90% topics. And I think if you properly scan the paper, then the solving become very easy. Because the cutoff is also not very high. In these examination, one is not attempting the entire paper. So let me give you the idea about the cutoff also, and this will be, I think, possibly the last slide. So for a good score, one need to score somewhere around 50 to 60% in most cases. Like in any examination I can talk about, if a paper is easy, it can go up to 70% also. But for any CAT level examination, one need to have a good 50% or 60% score, like for clearing the cutoff or for getting good percentile. Okay, and this is what the cutoff for CAT 19 was there, for 85 percentile, for 95 percentile, and for 99 percentile. So because there were two slots were there, morning slot and afternoon slot, so written two numbers here, 30, 34, 43, 47, 57 and 61. These many marks were required for getting these much percentile. For 99 percentile, 57 to 61 is required. 57 in slot 1, 61 in slot 2. For 95 percentile, 43, 47 is required. For 85 percentile, 30 and 34 is required. But that is out of 102 marks. Since last 3 to 4 years, in CAT exam, there are 34 questions are there. Every question is of 3 marks. 34 into 3 become 102. As I told you, one need to score somewhere around 60%. So one need to get somewhere around 60% for getting this huge or for getting this 99 percentile. The percentile anyhow kuch to aa jayega, there's no problem. But if you are like serious student, one can target for these colleges. Nobody can rely on economy, how the economy will behave after 2 years and after 3 years, as simple as that. But if somebody is a IM grad or somebody is from a very good college, in that case chances are very high the placements will be there. The suffering will be for those like we can say the colleges which are on a below those IMs or below those like top colleges. So I think COVID period is going on and nobody can say ki what will happen in the future. But at least if you're targeting for CAT exam, your scenario will start after 2.5 or 3 year down the line. And I think till that time, like we all Indians or normally we the entire world, I think this entire Corona thing will go. So one can target for good colleges only, because if you are doing for MBA and if you are investing so much time, and if you are investing so much money, the good college is very important. So we normally advise for targeting for good percentile only. By chance अगर नहीं अच्छा होता है, then nobody can say anything, but then you can target for only good colleges. So this much percentile is important. So in this case, scanning is again very important. So if you are strong in numbers, or if you are strong in like ratio, proportion, and percentage thing, then you can easily attempt the paper. So one need to study. I think as simple as that. One need to practice, and while giving mocks, one need to give a strategy kind of a thing. And with that strategy, we say follow the 4S rule. And this is how one can improvise quant skills. And this is more than sufficient. If you brush up the basic skills, whatever basic topics are there, ratio, percentages, numbers, geometry, and all those things, do quality questions on topics. It's not like you're doing repetitive questions or you're doing easy level questions. Do quality questions on the topics. Do regular practice. Practice is the main important thing. If you're off and on, please, CAT is not like that exam जहाँ पे आप you are studying for last 15 days or last 30 days time period. One need to devote a good amount of time. Those aptitude need to be built up on a for long run and on a regular basis, as simple as that. Attempt sectional tests. If you are done with the basics part, try to attempt sectional tests. Try to attempt the high level workshops. I think from time I can say we provide some high level workshops So we advise normally a student to brush up those skills, attempt those workshops, and give mock papers or give AIM-CATs. I think by time we provide the full length papers, so we normally advise the student to give those AIM-CATs. AIM-CATs will give you the actual reflection ki how, like what percentile you can expect in CAT exam. So there's actual reflection of CAT exam, and one need to give at least 15, 16 AIM-CATs, as simple as that. Level can be anything. Level can be a easy level, moderate level, difficult level. One need to see all type of questions, all type of things. So sometimes it is possible paper can be very very easy. In that case cutoff can be high. See at the end the race. So पेपर बहुत easy होगा तो cutoff बहुत high भी हो सकती है. पेपर difficult होगा तो cutoff low भी हो सकती है. But from CAT point of view, if I talk about CAT, since last 3 to 4 years, anything around 50 to 60% is important. But again, that depends on that day of the cat, how the cat will behave, what type of questions are there. One need to bell the cat, as simple as that, by doing a regular practice. And this quant preparation will also help you for other like entrance examination. And if you talk about after graduation, most students they give like aptitude examination nowadays, as simple as that. So this is all from my side. I think thank you very very much. I'll be waiting for your queries if any, and I'd be happy to answer those queries. So just put your queries if they are.